When are Earth's mightiest heroes going to assemble? Well, after they finish beating the crap out of each other, it would seem. Yes, today, my friends, I have an actual brand new movie, and it is The Avengers. I saw it opening night. I saw it in a theater that had beautiful reclining seats, and was not ridiculously full, didn't have a grand, amazing line, because it's the smaller theater just outside of town that not too many people see movies at, and my God, am I happy I saw it opening day. Now, I will say I did not see the movie in 3D. I actually plan on going to see this in 3D at some point, possibly IMAX 3D, because it is available in town. But I didn't see it on 3D opening night, because really, 3D and me, we don't get along too well. And let's just put it this way, this movie didn't need 3D. It was beautiful as it was. It was amazingly fun. It was great. And by God, it cost them the gross domestic product of a small nation to make this movie. But they've already almost made it back. And that didn't even account for today. Non-US sales outside of America in India and other such audiences have almost already filled the entire budget of this movie. It seems it was released a week ago in some of these markets, but that's okay, I don't care, I got to see it today and I'm happy. But look at the star power behind this movie. You got Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Tom Hiddleston, Clark Gregg, Colby Smulders, and Samuel L. Bloody Jackson, plus Mark Ruffalo's along for the ride. I kid. Okay, originally I had beef with the fact that they weren't going to bring Edward Norton into the thing, and that Mark Ruffalo was taking the Edward Norton spot, and I tell you this, Mark Ruffalo made Bruce Banner work incredibly well. So much. He made it just enough his own, and I love it. It's beautifully done. The movie was grand. It was an eye candy festival. Oh my God, was it so over the top that it was awesome. And with a movie like this, with an ensemble as long as it is, you sometimes get that bogged down in the like, some of the people get lost. And it's especially easy in a movie about majorly powerful superheroes to lose people like the Black Widow and to lose people like Hawkeye. Because I remember when I was standing outside of the theater waiting and we're talking, and these kids walk by and they're with their mother, and their mother's like, "Who's that?" And they're like, "It's Thor!" "Who's that?" "What's Iron Man?" "And who's that?" "Thor!" And then they point to Hawkeye and it's, "Who's that?" "We don't know!" Because he's a lesser guy. But the Black Widow and Hawkeye got their chance to shine in, and then some, and there was some incredibly good interplay with them and with other characters with them, and it was just grand. And then you got, of course, because it's about a team trying to form together, you get grand clashes and fights between Thor and the Hulk. You get Captain America and Thor fighting. You get Iron Man and Thor fighting. Iron Man and Captain America have their clash. Not so much Iron Man and the Hulk. In fact, I love the dynamic between Iron Man and the Hulk that develops throughout the movie and comes towards the end. It's just fantastic. It's fun. And it definitely had the Joss Whedon signatures all over it. It had good, witty dialogue. The example from the trailer, of course, being, take away that suit of armor and what are you? Well, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, take your pick, right? Just brilliantly witty dialogue, insightful characterization, because Joss Whedon is a fan of the genre and of the characters. It shows. It was directed and written by him and Zach Penn and a few other people. But definitely a Joss Whedon movie. And I'm a huge fan of Joss's work, so it's great to see a major, big budget, super effects, fantastically done movie with him at the helm. And the thing is that it does not get bogged down in the effects. It's so easy with a big budget, as well as it is, it's so easy with a big budget to just dismiss all the stuff in there, and dismiss the characters and just focus on the craziness. And the action would be nothing in this movie without the characters playing to their own individual strengths and their attitudes and everything like that. And again, I did neglect to mention that they kept the best parts of Tony Stark, being not only himself and his cockiness, but the features that ground him. You got Jarvis and you got Pepper Potts, and there's Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts, and you have Paul Bettany, who's one of my favorite actors, as Jarvis again, and they ground him, and it's good and it's fantastic. And the interplay between a lot of the characters you know, it doesn't need to be clashing. Sometimes it's the witty banter. You get a lot of witty banter between Hulk and Tony Stark. You know, between Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, there's a lot of good play between them. It's a movie that's very awesomely true to the vision they've created for all of these individual characters, and then creates a cohesiveness together that is good and well done. And I definitely recommend this movie for anybody that is kind of on the fence about whether they want to see it in theaters. See it in theaters. Don't pirate it. Don't wait until it comes out on DVD. See it in theater. I don't care if you have to wait until the last week when nobody's going to see it anymore. See it in theaters. Honestly, do it. It's worth it. It's well worth it. And I don't think I'm going to say too much more because it would give away too much, but my enthusiasm for this movie cannot be topped. It is fantastically well done. Every little bit of it. And I like to think they seeded in one of my favorite, you know, dickish characters in comic books, the irredeemable Ant-Man. I think one of the guys could be Eric O'Grady. I'm just saying. It may have been a Joss Whedon nod, but watch for it. He plays video games. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. So good. And again, I'm going to say, despite the fact that I thought, you know, Edward Norton's voice in the first few lines of dialogue with Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, I'm happy enough with the change and the substitution. And Chris Pine has won me over as Captain America. Originally, I was like, come on, that kid? But no, he's won me over. So I'm going to leave it at that. I have been the Serial Killer as usual. If you have questions, comments, concerns, death threats, put them in the comment section below. And I will see you tomorrow with another movie. Oh, this one's going to be horrible. See you tomorrow.